Okay, so JK and L. So remember, this is solving by factoring. So I think what you did is you solved by using square roots, right? Which is incorrect for these ones because you cannot solve when you have two. Like these ones previously, right here, it has one variable, just x squared. So you can solve using x, like square rooting. This one only has one variable, this one only has one variable, so we can solve that using square roots, right? And then when you get to G, H, and I, these have two, right? This one and this one, this one and this one, this one and this one. So we cannot solve by using square roots. We have to use a different method. And we have to make it look like a factored form, like this. And we want it to be equal to 0 to solve it. So we look at J, it's already equal to 0, right? So we just take this and we want to factor it. So we're going to factor it first. So you can use the Xbox method. You can do guess and check method. Really up to you how you want to do it. But the top should be A times C, right? 3 times negative 4. So it'd be negative 12. The B goes in the middle, or your B, which is 11. So now you find factors of negative 12 that add to 11. Right, so 12 and 1. And then we want it to add up to positive 11, right? So the little one would be negative. So 12 and negative 1 would be your two factors. And then you use your factor box here. And then we put our two numbers. So 12, so 12x, and then negative 1, negative 1x. And we have our other two values, our 3x squared goes here. Our negative 4 goes here, right, from our A, 3x squared, and then our C, which is negative 4. And then we're going to find greatest common factors. So greatest common factor of this one is going to be 3 because they both have a 3. They both also have an x. Then you go to this one. It's going to be negative 1 because they both have a negative 1 in it. Then you go across. This one is just x. Then you go across here, this one's going to be 4, right? Positive 4 in here. So that's your two factors right there. 3x minus 1 and x plus 4. And it's going to be equal to 0 because it's equal to 0 on that side, right? So now you just solve it to set each one to 0. So 3x minus 1 equals 0. X plus 4 equals 0. Solve it, right? Plus 1 to both sides. 3x equals 1, divide by 3, x equals 1/3. That's one of your zeros. This one you subtract 4 both sides, x equals negative 4. So those are your two zeros, right? It's going to be negative 4 and 1/3, positive 1/3. So those are your two zeros right there, okay? So you do it the same way, okay, same thing. You just set it up. So you do 3 times negative 16. 3 times negative 16. What is that? Negative 48. Right, so 30, 6 times 3, 18. So negative 48. Then your B goes in the middle, which is negative 8. You need two factors of negative 48 that adds to negative 8. So you just figure it out. So you go maybe 6 times 8. Nah, that doesn't add to negative 8. I could do, what else? 2 times 24, that doesn't work. That's another factor you can find. 4 times 12, that's 48. That could work, right? If we make it negative 12, that would add to negative 8, right? So that's our two factors right there. So 4 and negative 12, because they add to negative 8. Then you do put it in your box, right? So we get 4x, negative 12x, put our two numbers, our first term is 3x squared, our last term is negative 16. Then we're going to find our GCFs. This one's just x, this one's going to be negative 4. When we go this way, so that was going to be 3x, and this is going to be positive 4 for your GCF. So those are your factors right there. So x minus 4, 3x plus 4, and it's equal to 0, and then you solve each one for 0, and you should get the answer. And make sure you always check yourself, right? So x times 3x, 3x squared, that's what we got there. X times negative 4, for positive 4, we got 4x, and negative 4 times 3x, we get negative 12x, negative 4 times 4, negative 16, so that works.